Welcome to Toni Unleashed, the podcast, where I unleash the truth about all things pets. My research and anecdotal evidence, paired with expert interviews, will help your pet thrive. I'm here to answer questions, share insights, and spread awareness about what's really going on in the world of pets. I'm Toni Shelaske with 25 years of experience in the pet space. Welcome to the show. Hello and welcome to Toni Unleashed, and I am super excited to invite a friend of mine, Maria Ryan, and Maria owns Doggone Positive Dog Training. Welcome, Maria.
Hey, thanks for having me. I'm so excited. This is my first official podcast interview.
No way.
Yes.
How long have you had your podcast?
I think a little over a year. It's been a little over a year. So I want to say I started like October 2023. So so year and a half. Maybe a little more, going in on 2 years coming this October.
What made you want to start a podcast?
I wanted to be able to reach more people.
Same.
And I was like, this seems to be a good way of doing it.
Yeah.
And everybody has a podcast, so to speak, but I wasn't doing it like, oh, how many followers I can get, and this type of thing. But I was like, I just want to reach people, and just get this message out, because there are so many opinions about everything, but about dog training and how to do it, what to use, what techniques to use. And it can drive me insane. And I get triggered so hard on YouTube. Like, I can't even listen to or watch some of the videos because I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
What are you doing? Like, especially I feel, and I'll just go right here, but like, I feel like in this day and age, with the amount of information that is available to everybody, that why wouldn't you use scientific evidence-based methods and not do that damage emotionally and physically to dogs? And as a dog trainer, sure, maybe I could do it. And I did start out using punishment. I think a lot of people did back when I was coming up. And it's about change, though, It's about just being open to different things. So I've had some tough cookies to crack over the years as far as clients, but it's easier to train using evidence-based methods. It's not something that you have to be real physical with at all. You can just sit and train your dog from your couch. So, yeah.
How long have you been a dog trainer?
1997, I started working for somebody else, end of 96, 97. And I worked there for a while, and I was just doing the kennels, cleaning the kennels. She had a boarding kennel. She did training, agility, not competition, a lot of protection training. I hear your girl. She's so cute. Tony's sleeping right now. Our dog's name is Toni, by the way. Yeah. Yep. But yeah, I started there, and I just thought, got introduced to science, and got introduced to an organization that did put on behavior conferences. And I went, and it was just like, oh, I can't train the way I've been training. I can't do that anymore. I've seen too much. Like, you can take the blue pill, like the Matrix. So it's like, now I know too much. I can't go back to the way I was training, so.
That's funny. Our stories are aligned, because I started the podcast because I wanted to reach more people.
Yeah.
When I found out about raw feeding, I could not go back to feeding kibble ever again. I would be even if I were like homeless or poverty stricken, I think I would choose not to have a pet if I couldn't feed it well.
Yeah.
So, and my journey started, yours is 97. My journey started like 2000. So a couple years after you with
Right.
pet sitting.
Yeah. Yeah. That's actually also, I started doing that first,
Uh-huh.
because I wasn't completely confident, you know, switching over totally. And I was doing some private lessons while I was working. So I was still using aversive techniques at that particular place. But once I went to that conference, it changed everything. That's the conference I went to that we talked about Dr.
Billinghurst.
Billinghurst. Yeah. Yep. I just
Interesting.
came across that video the other day.
Oh, really?
Actually, I was like, and I forgot, I should have sent you, I gotta send you a link to it. The quality of like the film, it's so old. It's so
Uh-huh.
like poor quality and everything, but yeah, it was amazing really
Yeah.
to see that. But yeah, and so that's where that part of my journey began.
Cool.
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay, so and I do want to do a whole episode. I'm not ready for it right now because I want us to talk first before we get into
Sure.
it.
Yeah.
But fear-based versus balanced versus like I do want to
Mhm.
I want to go there with you.
Yeah, let's do that when
Yeah,
we
like I
schedule
want to
that.
like really put some thought into it. You and I both kind of wing it on podcasts, but I think
Yeah, we
that's one
do.
episode that
Yeah.
I would like to put some thought into before we
Mhm.
dive into it.
Yeah,
So,
for sure.
so you just recently got a puppy.
Oh my God. So
So tell me, where you adopted, how it happened, what do you currently have? Why the fuck did you get a puppy?
okay. So listen, so we lost, I know we lost.
Oh, she listens to me. I
No,
gotta listen.
no, listen, that's from the north, you know that.
I
Listen,
totally do.
it's like, um, we were all like, we're gonna get the next dog we get is gonna be from the shelter, right? And rescue, and he's rescue and stuff, and went through shelters, but mm, we're gonna get an adult dog. Our criteria is who's been here the longest. They have to get first. They have to get along with other dogs, right?
Hmm.
So that aside, well, who's been here the longest? Who's been returned the most? Why? And let's get that dog out. Male, female, didn't matter. Couple dogs, sure, whatever. We're open to anything, young, old, whatever. Not too old because of the financial burden and all the health bills we've had from the last two. So anyway, I see this little dude, my friend who's a vet tech over in Tampa Bay. I see him posted. It's like, oh, in March. Oh, what's his story? Found on this. Where he was found in Tampa, I think in Bradenton, broken jaw.
Oh,
Somebody brings him into, emergency vet. They take care of him. They couldn't do surgery because the break was so far back. I actually saw getting his records now, his films, and I'm looking that way because he's in his crate right now. He's sleeping. But he went um, to an excellent doctor. Just so happened, Dr. Peak is amazing. Okay,
uh-huh.
amazing vet. And he's like, you can't do surgery because of the break is so far back. That X-ray it's like almost it's really like detached
Wow.
here, and it was bilateral, so there was a smaller break here. Anyway, so I'm like, oh, he's so cute and da 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 da. So, what was it? A couple weeks ago, she posts this really cute picture of him sitting in her seat in her car, and I'm like, oh, he's so cute, and what's going on with him, and she said, I said, you know, is he up for adoption yet? And she was like, he's already spoken for. And I was like, oh, bummer. So that was like a Monday. And then Friday, uh, all of a sudden I'm like in my messages because we're buying crates on Facebook Messenger, the marketplace in Messenger. And I'm like, oh crap, there's a message from Chrissy from Wednesday. Hey, if you're still interested, he's available. I was like, what? So I was like, hey, honey, come here. Showing the picture. She's like, definitely. And she's like, I'm sorry, I'm emotional because it's like he's so sweet. So he comes
Oh,
back, she's like, his name is Tony, after her dad, right? Who passed away a couple of years ago. But it's like he's so freaking cute.
aw.
He's so cute, right? So we're like, all right, we know his history, blah, blah, blah. When I first saw him, I put him out of my mind. So I didn't even show Tammy anything. So we're like, okay, let's go get him tomorrow. She's like, definitely. So she works at an e-clinic over there in Braddington. This little guy, he's so cute. He comes out and he's still really little, but he was like this big, 13 pounds, wagging, happy as can be. We just scooped him up, got all the information that we need for his care because because they couldn't do surgery, he had to have a soft muzzle on him, like
Oh,
padded soft, like not like the soft muzzles you'll see, like the nylon ones, just
yeah.
very, very comfort muzzle for him because he needed to have it, stabilized,
Huh.
so it would heal. So for 5 weeks, he saw that Dr. Peak, and that was his recommendation. And he had an NG tube put in by the first rescue clinic. Then he was like, let's do, how do you pronounce it? Esophagostomy. So they went in through the neck
Yeah.
on his left side into his esophagus for feeding because he couldn't eat.
Wow.
Right. So then he moved to soft food for 5 weeks, and he's still on soft with food for like another 3 weeks. And then he's just, been playing like insane. So I'm like, his jaw, I think, is pretty good.
So, did the
You
vet
know?
want to stabilize the jaw so that
Yeah.
scar tissue would build up and almost, you know, help that joint come back together a little bit
Yeah.
since surgery can't be done?
Yeah. It's almost like when you have like an immobilizer on your leg or something for
Mhm.
your knee or that
Mhm.
type of thing, but
Mhm.
we're talking
Mhm.
bone now.
Mhm.
So yeah, and like for some bones that, like, I broke my kneecap a few years ago. Yeah, they can't do anything for it because of your
Right.
kneecap. So there's the time and that type of thing. And um, so that's what I think. And he's very young.
Mhm.
So that, of course, was 100% on his side because
Yeah.
he's growing and everything's still happening as far as growth goes. Um, but yeah, I mean, I have, hope that I have hope that it's not going to be a huge problem for him in the future. I
Mhm.
don't foresee it. I foresee maybe some dental issues. His bite's a little off, and just the way on this, was it, which was it? This side, the detachment was off, you know. But of course, he's on like awesome food and whatever he needs to
Sure.
help support him that way. But
But you can't give him chews yet.
not like not like a pizzle or anything like that. So his
Right.
toys are flat. And there's this I bought a puppy Kong for him because they're
Mhm.
softer,
Mhm.
but still, I think it's a small one, but I wish they made Kong toys or something, because he needs to chew. So he's definitely, I don't know his story. Nobody knows. He was found by himself literally on the side of the road, brought into that evet and all the triage, et cetera, et cetera. And I think that because of that, like, he's got zero bite inhibition.
Hmm.
So he's teething. So he's all mouth, so dealing with that training piece with him, how are we going to deal with a puppy who's mouthing, who we don't have an adult dog right now to help with the corrections and that type of thing. And yes, we are going to get another dog, but so we're going to class on Saturday. So I hope we meet somebody cool or has a cool dog or something. Even if it's just, it's going to be age appropriate, but even if it's just them playing with each other so they can learn each other, because we can't teach them that. It's management, it's redirecting, it's training, it's, upping the value of this and that.
So why don't you explain exactly what bite inhibition is?
Yes. So bite inhibition. Now, this is a burn that I have.
Uh-huh.
Okay. I got a little hot water splash on it. But bite inhibition is this. He dragged his mouth across me. So he's leaving marks.
Yeah.
And you can't really see it on camera, but even on my forearms. So what that means, the bite inhibition, is how hard he bites and how hard he doesn't bite. And every dog has bite inhibition. I've seen him pick things up very gently with his front teeth. But when he's on. Like, this dog has literally jumped 3 feet, 4 feet in the air across the room, not off of furniture. Okay. But just in general, he's bouncy. He's like Tigger. Okay. So you've got that, no bite inhibition. So it's like, well, what are we going to do? We're going to redirect him to toys, right? All these flat toys and lots of treats and lots of clicker training.
Yeah.
Let's change this. We have to change it.
Yeah.
Have to change what we mean sitting here. We have to change what we mean going outside. Everything has to change. So he is full-time, 100%. Full-time.
That's what a puppy is.
My God. Yeah. And I'm home. So, I can really hone in on it, and he's going to be in training forever. I'm going to take him to group classes because I don't have group classes. I'm like, I'm going to PetSmart or Petco, and here we go. It's a box, big box, blah, blah, blah. But they have the right protocols for the age and his vaccinations. So, yeah.
I love that you said he's going to be in training forever, because they really should be. I mean, we as human beings learn forever. We as human beings have to continue to be out in public and socialize and I think so many people automatically think, oh, my dog doesn't pee or poop in the house anymore. He sits, he does basic commands, and then they get to a year old and they're like, okay, we're done. We did it.
And they're done.
And they're done. And that's
right.
That's not the case.
No, you're not done.
That's not the case.
It's pretty crazy because attendance for puppy classes are like so low. Traditionally, like forever. And all the stuff that I dealt with, back in the day is still the same. The philosophy is still the same. Like, they're so cute. We don't have to take them to puppy class. Yes, you do. This is the time. These are critical periods of socialization. That's what he's in right now. Let's go. We got to get him out there, around just scary stuff, like boxes.
I know boxes are so scary, or a plastic bag.
We have a big box that something came yesterday. We emptied it and its box is sitting there. I haven't broken it down yet. And he's like, and I'm like, dude.
Oh, he's barking at it. It wasn't even like
no, it was a full on, but he's afraid of it.
Yeah.
Well, I got a delivery of groceries and I got 2 cases of water because we're going into hurricane season, right? So I'm starting to, prepare. And he was in his crate when I got the delivery because he's got to be crate trained. And he comes out of the crate and we're playing, and all of a sudden he turns around, he looks at the front door, and he's like, what is that? And I'm like, oh my God, we have an inanimate object problem right now with this dog. So again, working with it and being like, not making a big deal out of it either, and just redirecting him to something else. All about that.
Even surfaces.
Oh,
let's talk about surfaces.
Yes, let's. Surfaces, like now Troy, our last guy, he would have been a great like search and rescue dog. He didn't care about anything. He would flip a fence, a baby gate up. This is pre me coming onto the scene, okay? I'm prefacing this, okay? So baby gates were nothing to him. He was known to flip a baby gate up in the air, it goes up, and he would go under it. If he would knock it down, he'd run across it. He didn't care. He was like, whatever. If I drop something or yell, if I get frustrated, he's like, what's going on?
Yeah.
He is like that.
Yeah.
So he actually one of the baby, we have baby gates everywhere now, but one of them fell down. He walked right across it, no problem. I've dropped things. I'm a loud person, he's like right there. I'm like, all right. So surfaces are important. I've also ordered fake grass for him.
Oh,
It's a hurricane season, right? So
good idea.
Right. So that's coming on Monday. So he's going to be trained to that surface, which he was previously trained to that surface. Just happened to, she had that in her yard. So it's perfect.
At the store, a lot of times I'll see dogs walk on the entry rug.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of stores have the entry rug, and mine does, and then they stop. And they won't go on to whether it's VCT tile, concrete, whatever.
Yeah.
And a lot of times people are like, oh, what's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong? And I'm like, well, your dog has never been on that surface before. Or if your dog was on that surface before, something, scared the dog or, made it uncomfortable or whatever. So it's important to expose them to different surfaces too.
100%. What I'm doing with Toni, what we're doing with him is future proofing him for his life, not just for him, but also for ours, because you don't know which way your life is going to turn out, period. Nobody knows. I don't care. You could have all the money in the world, or you could have no money, whatever. You don't know what's going to happen. And my philosophy is, let's keep pets out of the shelter, right? So let's future proof your puppy. Let's get them to be make sure your puppy's crate trained for so many reasons, and I could delve into that, make sure your puppy can eliminate on a surface, like the fake grass, because again, you don't know if you have to evacuate, whatever, or some crazy shit goes down in your life and you're like, oh my God, we're in a hotel.
Well, and crazy shit happens a lot these days.
All
a
the
lot.
time. Yeah. This is like, you're going one way and then this happens, so you got to go this way. And, my nephew just moved and he lived, it was just really multi-generational home. So my sister, the two sons, my two nephews, and my one nephew has kids and all that stuff. So I have a big home. Well, the youngest, he's like, I'm out of here, I'm going, right? So he just bought a house. Now he's had a dog that they rescued. I think they've had her about 4 or 5 years. And she has just mild separation anxiety. Well, all of a sudden they moved and they're in a whole new environment. All of them, whole new environment. So guess who's not there? No children. My sister's not there. My other nephew's not there. His girlfriend's, and now Noelle is alone. And she's freaking out. And I found out through the grapevine, went to the vet and I find all this out and got the, medication for her and everything. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, I have to call him and be like, what's going on? And get him to start talking about the dog,
No.
and help him, because it's, pharmaceuticals have their place, but it's not the first place that I go to. And also, if you're going to do pharmaceuticals, maybe, not maybe, you need to do your own research on what these drugs indicate for. And you need to go to your vet and have a good relationship with your vet and have a conversation with them. And it's a lot of money, it's more money, go to a veterinary behaviorist that specializes and knows pharmacology and understands behavior. But let me tell you what, if it's a good veterinary behaviorist, guess what? They're also going to have you do training, exercise. Like, there's going to be a program. And so you cannot, I guess my point is you cannot just use medication and not training and exercise and everything else, You've got to do it all. So it's a problem.
So was it Prozac?
I don't know. My
Gabapentin
sister
to calm them
doesn't know.
down? Who knows?
I don't know. Right. And it's like Prozac is an old drug, but some dogs will react okay to it, and it may take the edge off a little bit, but it's usually temporary. And if they're not doing behavior modification, then it's not really going to work. And then the Prozac is kind of, you're going to have to start upping it and upping it and upping. And I can speak to this just because I used to get the clients whose dogs, and the veterinary behaviorists would refer them to me or other veterinarians, usually it was an aggression problem. That was a huge part of my caseload was aggression. And it was off the hook. And it's like, okay, do you want to do this? This is, that's great. This is what we're going to have to do. You're going to have to look at the diet. You're going to have to go get blood work. You're going to have to work with a veterinary behaviorist. You're this, and this. These are the expectations. It's going to take a lot more time and a lot of money. Are you willing to do this? If you're not, then either the dog needs to be rehomed, which you really can't with an aggressive case. You're going to have to euthanize your dog. And that would get people like, no. But I didn't say that as a threat. It was a realistic, reality. It was reality. And, I had one couple, these people were amazing. They came in with this big German bred Rottweiler who they were afraid of.
Wow.
And, the dog was just running the show, and he's run through screens and porches, everything. And that was the come to Jesus moment that we had. I was like, I'm just going to tell you straight up, this is it. And this is how we're going to have to do this. Are you willing to do the work you need to do? And you have to listen to me, because I'm not going to touch your dog at all.
Wow.
Do it. I wasn't going to get nailed.
Yeah.
I just wasn't going to do it. And then we worked through, and then I could work with him. But it doesn't matter anyway. I can get a dog to listen to me. Who cares? I want you to do it.
Yeah. Exactly.
I'll show you, but who cares?
Yeah.
You do it.
Yeah.
You do it. I need to see you.
Yeah.
I don't live with you.
Yeah.
I'm only here for an hour.
Yeah. Dog training is actually training humans, not dogs.
100%. It's all about us, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's and it with puppies, it's a lot of work that you have to put in. But if you do that, and oh my God, you can have such an amazing life with them, you know, behaviorally.
Yes.
Instead of nightmare.
And I don't think it's a choice. You have to do it. You're signing up for it. These are wild animals. You know what I mean? That we're expecting them to live in our homes with us.
Yeah.
And it's not where they would naturally live. Yes, supposedly they chose us how many tens of thousands of years ago, but
we were still living outside, and they were still mentally enriched.
Yes.
And physically extra. We know what I mean? It's like,
I think that's why we see so much more generalized anxiety now, is because they are not, and us too, honestly, they are not in their natural environment. They are not getting grounded with their feet on the ground, including us. We're not outside enough. We're not exercising enough. We completely underestimate how much exercise they need.
Yeah. Absolutely. He needs, and all dogs, because all dogs get this wild hair at night.
Yes.
Like 7-ish, 7:30.
Okay, so let's talk zoomies, because some trainers will tell you, well, your dog really shouldn't get the zoomies. What's your opinion on that?
First of all, you have no idea what's going on inside of their head. So get over yourselves who people are saying that shit, okay? Okay, let's just say that right off the bat. But it's like nighttime seems to be the time. And I don't know why it's nighttime. Maybe it's nighttime because the family's around. Everybody's around, the whole pack's together, they're pack animals, and they're like, yeah, let's go, right? But he's getting the zoomies in the middle of the day with me, like I'll have him out and, give him his little, we go out, he potties, we come in, he plays, and I do some work and he's playing, whatever. And all of a sudden I see him tear ass and back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, flying through the air, flipping himself over. Like, I'm like, holy shit, grabbing the toy, letting it go. Oh my, playing the game. Oh my God, I dropped it. Let me go back. You know what I mean? So, yeah, we can totally anthropomorphize them, but honestly, I think it's probably just because we're all hanging out at night around the TV or whatever, or outside.
Well, and kids in the evening will have that spurt of kind of crazy, erratic energy in the evenings right before they crash.
Yeah.
And I feel like puppies, after they have that final zoomie, and sometimes they're bad, like Layla's being bad right now. But then they usually crash.
Yeah.
So, and sometimes I think they're just fucking happy.
Me too.
Woohoo!
Yeah, exactly. It's like, let's go. Like, dogs live so in the moment.
Yeah.
It's like moment by moment. They don't typically hold grudges. Not to say they don't remember stuff, but it's like, they're not like, oh, my, grandpappy did blah, 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 and I'm never talking to him again. You know what I mean? They're just like, they don't have that same kind of agenda like us, so.
Oh, well, Bo was mad at me yesterday. I have to tell you this.
Yeah, tell me.
He was pouting. I had someone come over to the house to do some footage, like for social media, in the podcast room and everything. And Bo can be unpredictable. And I just didn't want to deal with it. So I'm like, I'm just going to put you in the bedroom. And the photographer and videographer, he was here for like almost 3 hours.
Yeah.
So I let Bo out, and everyone for new listeners, Bo's a cattle dog. So, and he's 13 and a half years old. And he literally, after I let him out, was on the couch like this. Just looking at me, literally pouting. I was like, okay, all right, I'm sorry, but I didn't have time for you.
Right. What are you gonna do about it? How are you gonna make it up to me?
Like, your life is so hard.
It's so hot.
So hard.
Yep.
It's horrible.
It's terrible. I mean, it's like, these guys have it so good. Everybody's like, oh, Toni hit the lottery with you. And I was like, we hit it with him. He's just amazing and stuff. And
so, any idea how old he is? Does he have his adult teeth yet? What do we know?
I have not looked really, really hard because I have not wanted to really mess too much in his mouth.
Oh, yeah.
So this week, we've been, of course, crazy busy too. So this weekend, things were finally just calming a little bit.
Yeah.
So tomorrow I'll, when he's like chilling out with us, I'll mess around with it. They said he's about 13 weeks when we picked him up. So he's like 15 weeks now. So, he's getting up there with that social window closing, but he's also starting to teeth like a crazy crazy animal that
Yeah.
he is.
Yeah.
And that's why there's all the chewing and it looks like a graveyard in here of stuffed animals, all flat stuffed animals everywhere, and I'm like, um, lick mats, that I freeze the food
Yes.
on and give it to him to help
Yes.
soothe, frozen blueberries, and
Yes.
we've got watermelon and like everything cold and, fresh for him, because we want to just help soothe it
Mm-hmm.
because now it's off the hook. So
Mm-hmm.
fingers crossed though, tomorrow's Saturday. Yeah. So tomorrow afternoon is our first group class. Tammy said, she's like, oh, I'm just waiting for you to hear something that you don't like and you say something. And I was like, I'm not going to say anything. I swear I'm not going to say anything.
You might just walk out.
Yeah, I might have to leave, right? But this is for Toni, and that's it. And the focus is on him, But I was like, don't even, because I know the people who wrote the protocols. I know the trainers and behaviorists who wrote the protocols when PetSmart changed years ago to clicker training and positive reinforcement and all that stuff. So I'm like, I know the deal. I know what to do. And it's, again, we'll just, if she doesn't use a clicker, then fuck it. We'll just use a clicker.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to not train the way I know is most effective and the fastest method to train my puppy or any dog. It's not happening.
Is he food motivated?
Oh my God. Yeah. Well, so he was, because he had the NG2 and then, but he only had that for like probably a day or so, but had the, esophagostomy done. He was, just a little underweight. So he's like, Greek, Italian, Irish. Yeah, we got you, buddy, So just because he's young too, he's still getting fed 3 times a day, but tons of treats in between because I'm training him, So he's starting to kind of fill out a little bit, which is nice to see a little bit, but Chrissy said, she's like, I don't know. I think he might be like, get up to like 50 or 60 pounds. And I was like, I don't know, man. He's growing real fast, and I'm like, I want to do the DNA test on him. And I'm like, he's from Florida, so he probably has Chihuahua and Pit Bull in him at a minimum. Let's see what else is going on, So, but he's very sweet.
Good.
Yeah.
That's great.
Love him. Yeah. House training's going okay.
Yeah.
Not 100% yet, but that's always our fault.
Yeah.
So,
and they neutered him?
Yes. I think they did. Yeah. I know his little ball sack is just teeny tiny. And I immediately, well, I don't know why, but I was like, wow, Toni, she's going to know. Thought about our conversation the other day. And I immediately thought about his jaw and the bones and everything, and just, so.
Because that's a joint. The jaw is a joint.
Right. And in particular with that break was so.
Yeah.
And I don't know how to read x-rays or anything at all, but I was like, okay, and I could tell if you look at his, just regular photograph, you could see the way it's like off kilter, so it's obvious that is the break, and then a smaller one on the other side. But just, this poor little guy, he's been through so much.
Yeah.
But he's so resilient, which is awesome. He's not like, timid, One of my friends came over the other day and he was a little like, wow, who the hell are you? And I was like, okay, Fita, just sit down and just chill out and start throwing treats over his shoulder behind him.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people want to go and have them come up to them, and it's all about them. It's not about you. It's about the dog. They're already suspicious. So let's just have them relax and just throw the food over their shoulder.
Yeah.
And let them come up and check you out and then throw a treat over their shoulder again.
Yeah.
Just be regular.
Yeah.
Chill.
Just be regular.
Yeah,
I sometimes tell people just play hard to get and they'll come to you.
yes,
I mean,
exactly.
you
Yeah.
know, just like when you're trying to find a mate or have a friend, or like if you're not showing too much interest, that draws them more.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Even in your relationships,
Mm-hmm.
like our relation, it's all the same,
Yep.
and it's like, I don't give him the attention, but I'm a dog trainer. So it's normal for me to ignore all the bullshit,
Yeah.
and then I have a clicker and a treat, and I'm doing my work on my laptop or editing or whatever. And this little guy comes over and he sits next to me. So, he's got an excellent sit,
Awesome.
Yeah. So easy. Only reason why we teach them all the obedience commands is to have ammunition. We need something to get them to control them.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I'm guilty of Layla gets bored.
Yeah.
And that's what she is right now.
What is she doing?
She just chewed a pen on the floor in front of me. And she's the kind of chewer like that she'll chew it and spit it out. Chew it and spit it out. Same with like if she unstuffs a toy, which she doesn't usually do, she'll pull the stuffing out and throw it to the side. She doesn't like ingest everything.
Right.
So she's bored. She's really smart.
Yeah.
I mean, she's really smart. So this morning, I take her and both together for a walk after they eat.
Yeah.
And then I took her for another walk, more of a training type of walk. And we would occasionally stop, sit, release, down, like in different parts of where we walk.
Yeah.
So, and we get back and she was pretty wiped out. Because we did it for like do you hear her? And she's just bored.
Yeah.
She's just bored. And she's not happy that I'm here talking to you. You have to wait. I'm almost done. Maria and I have been talking for 40 minutes. Girl.
I just saw her.
And here, look at me. Look, here, look.
She's so big.
She's
Love
so big.
it. So cute.
I need about 10 more minutes. We've been talking for 40, so she'll give me 10 minutes. So I had a 1:00 interview, or that's why I had to push yours. I had a noon to 1 interview, and then I had 1 to 1:30. So I went out and played ball with her for about 20 minutes.
Yeah. It's not enough.
It's not enough.
How old is she?
15 months.
Okay, so do you have a treadmill? Just curious. Do you have one?
So I don't have a treadmill at home. I do take her for the underwater therapy.
That's right.
Every other week. But why would you put her on a treadmill if I had one?
Yeah, absolutely. Not to go fast or anything.
No.
I think some people are out of control with it, honestly. But I think if that's something that you could train her to, why not? Like, you would have to do the research, and I'm actually going to do a little bit because we do have a treadmill. I just have to get it open, and that's a whole nother situation. In our spare room with our workout equipment.
Yeah.
But like, I would absolutely put him on a treadmill, 100%. Troy, the last dog, used to just hop on the treadmill when Tammy was on it and be like, hey, what's this? And
fine. Oh, how cute.
Yeah, so I think that's a good idea, especially if it's too hot outside or pavement's hot, that whole thing. It's like, feels like it's August here now. So
does it really?
It is so oppressive. Yeah, I was like, whoa, this is off the hook. We were out the other day just sitting, not really sitting, but I was just, on the porch with him, and he was out in the yard. I have him on leash because we have a really big yard, so he can't have the whole access.
Not yet.
He can't handle it. And he just wouldn't know what to do with it all. But I was like, Oh my God, dude. It was yesterday, actually. It's like, we have to go in. So we can't, I'm like, I don't care. Pee, no pee, whatever. Let's go. Cause he's like laying down. I'm like, let's go. Come in. We come in. He's like, lay it out on the tile. So I got those frozen blueberries and I started giving him some. It wasn't overheated, but it was really hot.
Yeah.
Very short period of time. It was crazy. And I was like, you know what? It feels like August. And the storms we're getting are off the hook right now. So,
Really?
yeah, I swear the screen door, and it's a heavy door, was gonna blow off the other day.
Oh.
I was like, "Oh
You know,
no."
I'm in Florida next week.
Where?
I have Dr. Judy's
Oh.
conference in Orlando for 2 days, but then I'm going to go to the store. So I'm going to be in Port Charlotte until the 20th.
I wish I was there. Hang on a second. Yeah. So I found this yesterday. I was like, "Oh,
Oh my gosh.
yep." I was going through I'm looking, my leashes, my leather leashes are MIA because we did some renovations in the bathrooms and everything got kind of everywhere. And I was like, oh, I was like, Judy Morgan. I'm like, oh my God, this is her. And I got this a long time
That's
ago.
old.
It's really old. Yeah. It was so funny. But so, okay. So you're going to be here till June 20th?
Oh no,
Oh,
May
I'm sorry,
20th.
May 20th.
May 20th.
Am I gonna
So,
be
but you're wait, where are you?
I have to put a little. I'm on actually the East Coast because I was like, I'm in Port St. Lucie on the West Coast. I'm not on the West Coast. I'm on the East Coast. I
Okay.
want to be back on the West Coast,
Yeah.
but I'm on the East Coast right now. So,
Okay.
yeah. So, from Port Charlotte, probably about 4 hours.
Yeah,
'Cause I'm
that's
like
too.
3 from like Tampa.
Yeah.
I still go
And
see one of my
I'm
doctors.
going to actually work at the store. So,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
yeah. So,
Yeah,
bummer.
it wouldn't I know. I was thinking about that and I'm like, "Oh, that would be so cool," but
It would.
just not aligned right now for sure, but I feel it in the future, for sure. We'll, definitely meet up. Absolutely. Puppy!
So
Do you
it's
have
not a good
Kong
pardon
um,
me?
do you have Kong toys for her? Getting
Yes.
to her.
Well, everything I'm a huge fan of Westpaw, so all my stuff is Westpaw.
It doesn't I'm just
Yeah.
even if it's some type of enrichment toy,
Yep. Well,
that
she's not super food motivated.
all right, let's talk about that real quick. I know you're limited on time, but why is she not food motivated? And how do you feed her? Do you feed her out of a food bowl?
Uh-uh. I feed her on a
Okay.
mat.
Okay, the like mats.
Well, I
Okay.
don't. It's actually a big placemat, also from
Okay.
Westpaw, because it's raw food. I usually do a little bit of milk on there.
Hmm.
I'll do like a handful of kibble sprinkled or a handful of freeze dried, just to help keep her bulked up a little bit.
Sure.
So that's how I feed her. But training her with treats,
Interesting. Do you do any freeze dried with her ever?
yeah, I'll do a little bit of freeze dried, and um I've tried a couple different freeze drieds. I can keep trying.
How long does it take her to eat her food?
Not long. I
So
mean,
she's into her food.
I have figured out her. I feel like I have figured out her eating patterns and her eating preferences
Okay.
without dictating to her. I feel like because there's a fine line. Like
What do you mean?
even from a time standpoint, she's not much of a morning eater, so I feed her. She gets a duck neck and a bowl of goat's milk, and usually 4 ounces of raw in the morning. She
Hmm.
usually pretty solidly eats all that,
Okay.
and then usually dinner time is 2 times. Like she'll eat two different times in the evening.
Okay.
So she definitely has protein preferences. Thank God she loves her goat's milk, because that's what helped me keep her weight up.
I just started looking, thanks to you, looking for that. I'm going to have to go to Publix and get it because they don't sell it at all the different places. But I buy a lot of stuff from Walmart because
Yeah.
Prices are cheap as hell.
Yeah.
You know, for like the basic kind of thing. So I was like, oh, sometimes they have weird stuff. Like I can get sheep's milk feta from
Ooh.
Walmart, but I can't get it at Publix. I'm like, that's so random, but okay.
Oh, that's
You know,
awesome.
I know. And it's beautiful. But so stuff like that, I was like, oh, hopefully, wonder, you know, and they don't have it. So I'm going to have to hit up like Publix because Publix has more goat milk, yogurt, and that. I was looking that up. But so maybe if you do like a goat's milk, or do you do goat's yogurt? Is that what you said? The goat
I
yogurt?
haven't tried the yogurt.
I'm just wondering if you could just put it more in like a Kong type apparatus, or even a lick mat that has little compartments. Yeah, just so it's a little bit more challenging. Like that's what I do with him, because everything has to be flat and mashed out. So I mash everything. I have 3 different types of lick mats and stuff, and so it keeps him busy. I put them in the freezer and give it to him frozen in his crate, you know, and so it takes him longer. So maybe look into that. I'm thinking of the brain stimulation, and yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
You know, giving her more of that. And then as far as motivating her, because she sounds like she's an eater, maybe one of the times that, you know, say you want to train her in the evening, maybe use that evening meal to not use the actual food, use more of that. Maybe cut up those the necks, the duck necks, or whatever, however you get them. I don't know.
Well, I've even worn gloves like when she was younger, and I was really working hard at training her. I would just put silicone gloves on and feed her the raw food.
Yeah, absolutely. I bought a can of baby shrimp, and I'm gonna
that's a good idea.
And dehydrate them for him. Yeah.
Oh, she loves fish too.
Yeah.
A can of little baby shrimp.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a good idea.
I learned that from one of my clients like years and years ago. She comes into my shop for group class, and she's like, look what I have. She was so proud of herself. And I was like, get out. That is awesome.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
So it's just stuff like that. Mix it up.
Yeah.
And do it for him, you know, or do it for her. Absolutely. Try it.
Good tips. All right. I think we are at the end of Layla's patience level.
Yes, we are. So go before she does anything else.
Maria can be found at...
can be found anywhere on social at Doggone Positive. And then my website is doggonepositivetraining.com. And
awesome.
Yeah.
And even though you're in Florida, you can help people anywhere.
Oh, anywhere. Yeah. I talk to people everywhere. I always have. So yeah, it's never, ever a problem to just reach out. You know, do a quick consultation if you need a little help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. Thanks, Maria. Thanks for being
welcome.
On.
Yes.
And we will talk soon.
You got it. Look forward to it.